Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek, and in this video I want to try to teach you a little bit about how to grade Morgans in the AU grade range. And it's not going to be a great video from this angle. We're going to take a closer look though and see what we can see when it comes to the overall appearance of these coins and how they are different from one another. So starting with the lowest grade, so AU grades in the numerical system go from 50 to 58. And in general terms, they have 4 grading points that the grading companies use: AU50, 53, 55, and 58. So your beginning grades at the bottom of the grade, the AU50 is of course one step ahead of the extra fine. Coins in AU50 are going to have a decent amount of wear visible to them, but they should also have facets of luster still throughout the coin. So in other words, you want to see something that has noticeable wear to it, actual physical wear on the high points. So the top of your leaves, your eagle's breast, the feathers, but you're still going to want to have luster visible. So the luster is there. When you turn the coin, especially on this one, you'll see it dancing in between all of the devices. So the lettering, you see that white move around almost in a circle, but then you'll see it's dull looking or gray in between, like the eagle's wings and the wreath, right? So let's look at another one here and see a little bit of the same thing, where you're going to see also we're just looking at luster now, okay? So you're going to see, as I turn the coin like this, you see that white line that's going to move along the stars, but darkness will maintain in the field. And so the other places that the luster will turn, as I turn like this, you'll see the same thing down here, the stars to the hair. As I turn the coin like this, you'll see that, but you'll see darkness in between. So the AU grades are kind of interesting because the detail amount on the coin is almost identical for all the grades. So you will see signs of wear and flatness on AU50s. In fact, I have seen coins that have more wear than the examples I'm showing you get AU50 grades. Okay. So one of the things that the old grading book brings to light is that it's a grading scale, so everything is moving along a scale, right? So they mentioned that an AU50 is going to have less luster than a 55, than a 53, and that's kind of the thing that I am going to show you here. Now, as you watch that same luster, okay, flow, now you'll start to see in the area of the stars, and then in between the chin, all of a sudden that dark space is a little bit lighter. It still is darker and it doesn't have that bright luster to it, but it has little dancing lines of luster in those fields. Same thing this way. So I'm talking about is that area in between the stars and the hair now has just a little bit more luster to it. And you're going to see the same thing on the reverse of the coin as we look at it, where the luster was almost completely gone in these open field areas that are, between the wreath and the wings. Now you're going to see more light in there, more luster as it turns. So even though the wear looks to be about the same, you'll start to see a difference in the amount of luster. But you're still going to see pretty massive breaks in the luster. And so to me, these two coins here are coins that I was calling AU53. Now, as you move up the scale, you'll start to see a place where you have almost complete luster on the coin, right? You see how it is very white between the lettering, especially the lettering and the wreath now is almost completely lit and light with luster. And then you'll start to see that darkness is much, much less in between the eagle's wings and the wreath. And these are coins that I picked out that I would call an AU55. They have more luster to them. As you get this coin turning, you can see that that luster is almost everywhere on the coin, and you just have breaks in it throughout the field. And so as the scale goes, on your low end, on your 50s, you really start to see actual wear on the coin. 53, 55, 58s, those are all coins where really it becomes very difficult because you're not looking at wear as much. I know wear is still a factor, but you're really looking at the luster being worn down, not the metal being worn down. So yes, something is being worn down, but what's being worn down is that original cartwheel luster effect. It is not the metal that you or I think of as actual high points on a coin which disappear. You know, it is just minor amounts. So on these coins that are more like a 58, you'll see just that break, that wear in the luster on the cheek, on the hair. But now if you look at this coin compared to the other ones, you'll see how white that field is all around it. And the places where the coins wear, the luster wears, is these bigger opening fields wear first, and a little bit more towards the center outward oftentimes, because those areas with devices are all protected. So these are the examples of the coins that I had that I'd call an AU58. Overall, really strong luster, and you can see maybe I'd call this an AU59, right? Because even though they don't really grade them that way, you can see that these two coins, that the one on the left has a superior finish to it and less wear to it than the one on the right does. And in fact, this coin here is the type of coin that oftentimes a collector will send in to get graded thinking that it's uncirculated. But it does have the hairlines and the wear over that cheek that would prevent it from coming back a mint state coin. So you can almost always tell, well, let me just say, for people who are beginner collectors, one of the things that I kind of tell them to do is downgrade your coins one grade from what you think it is, and that's usually more accurate. Now, that's not true for everybody, but I found this to be true for lots of people. So hopefully that shows a little bit of the scale going from that AU50 to the AU58 grade ranges. And we're going to highlight here, this is almost like a magic trick, but we're going to highlight here, if we can, the differences in those fields going from left to right, from the AU50, 53, 55, 58, you can just see the amount of detail that's left in each of these coins. It varies quite a bit, even though the actual physical wear isn't a huge difference. It's that remaining luster that's worn down is what we're looking for. So guys, I hope that helps you figure a few things out for yourself as you're going through your Morgans. Thanks for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.